Are you sexist?
What makes you say that? What makes you say that? What makes you say that?
What makes I say that? What kind of question is that?
What
Kind of question is that?
See, the way you talk to women is also degrading. Like you're talking to us.
Yeah, tone policing.
Rudely.
I mean, it's just tone policing, but.
Oh, so you literally addressed nothing I said. None of what I said just went through your little brain. Is there anyone on the panel who understands what I just said?
Sometimes it's hard when you're just being rude to understand with that tone of voice.
Tone policing. Anyone? That didn't answer the question. Chair 1, do you understand what I just said?
Yes.
Can you give it back to me? Because I honestly think no one else on the panel can. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
I do believe that other women on this panel could give it back to you, but since you asked me, I will. You're saying that in order to have power, there needs to be an enforcing arm, so that women need men to enforce their rights. Otherwise, the rest of men will proceed to take them away, and vice versa, that women don't have that systemic ability. So women need men in order to give them the rights, because they cannot all women cannot overpower all men.
Beautiful. Is that discriminatory? I'm not making a judgment about the discrimination, by the way. I'm just asking you, is that discriminatory?
No, that's not discriminatory. That's just based in facts.
It's just based in facts. So the fact is that there's a delineation, a clear distinction between men and women in regards to what they are, how they are, what they're capable of. And for people to even claim sexism either way, right? There's no way of escaping this problem, that men and women are different. Even if you point to some sort of weird exception to the rule, for the most part, I don't think I could have put it better myself than Chair 1. She gave it back perfectly. Descriptively, it's the case that women rely on men and assume the obligation of collective men to protect their rights. But they don't assume that for women. Now, how is it related to the bear thing? It is related, because Brian, as high effort as he tried to do with you guys, he drew out this problem, this double standard you guys have with the bear, and another statistical element of race and crime. You guys couldn't engage with it, so we're going to skip to the male-female thing. Is it sexist to assume and expect protection from men? Is it sexist to assume that and expect it from men, but you don't expect it from women? Just silence. Just like a meditation retreat right now.
I mean, I think the way it has to be taken is they're just essentially conceding the point. If they're not willing to forward an actual argument or counter argument, then they're just going to have to cede the point. But I do want to kind of get a little further into this. So you said the podcast is sexist. We kind of went back and forth on the definition of sexism. Why don't you articulate how the podcast is sexist?
It seems just like typical red pill podcasting.
What is that? Give me an example of that.
Just like guys attacking women.
Give me an example.
Like shutting us down, things like that. Like it's your argument or nothing. Like there's no winning for us, no matter what we say.
We're challenging your worldview. Do you think challenging? It's
challenging is fine, but it's like
to challenge a woman is to be sexist.
It's one thing to challenge an opinion or a viewpoint. It's another thing to have your mind set in stone where you can't change it. Usually, when you go into an argument or debate, one person is willing to change their mind at some point, or at least be open to hearing a new point of view.
That wouldn't make you sexist if you go into an argument refusing to changing your mind. Most people go into a position.
It's just closed-minded.
Okay, sure, fine. They can. I'll go ahead and agree that it could be closed-minded.
Okay, sure. Then we'll just say it as a closed-minded. Then.
Yeah, it's a great goalpost shift, but I'm still waiting to hear an example of how the podcast is sexist.
I tried to give you one, but it's not. It's not good enough. That was my.
So how's
input.
it sexist?
That was my input right there. What I just said.
That we challenge your worldview?
It's not challenging the worldview. We literally, when we go into something, it feels like because we're all women, we're saying you're saying something,
If
we're
it was a
saying
guy,
something,
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
and you don't want, you wouldn't be able to have your mind changed at all by any of us, right? It's only your way or the highway. So I feel like that's a little sexist.
How would that be sexist?
Because you
If it
won't
was-
allow a woman to show you anything new.
Hold on. So if it
About
was a
how
guy,
they feel, like-
if it was a man in your position espousing the
And
exact
see,
same, hold on,
I can put-
hold on.
okay.
If it was a guy sitting there espousing the exact same viewpoints, I would challenge them all the same.
Right, but I can put myself in your shoes. You won't put yourself in
No, you
our
can't.
shoes. Yes, I
would
can.
make the same argument that you haven't conceded
you,
anything.
you told me how would you feel, if when you're grappling, you see your girl grappling with a guy, right? In your head, you're saying guys think a certain way and that they're firing off in their brain. It's all close and sexual, and they're getting sexual intrusion thoughts, right? So that's how men perceive it, right? You perceive it as, well, a man is just going to think all these impulsive thoughts, and
Yeah,
as
that's
a
difference of
woman,
opinion. How would that be sexist? But go ahead.
right? No, and then I'm saying as a woman, I think the same way about running into a man like you do. I think, oh, he could do this, he could do that, and then you think the same way as, oh, well, this and that could happen. It's the probability. Whereas, like, if you go into a nightclub and you're saying a woman's going to get hit
False
on,
equivalence. It's not related
it's
at all.
not, because if you go into, you don't feel as comfortable one-on-one with a man alone as a woman. And just like you wouldn't want your girl in the club because all these things could happen. It's the same kind of concept. You're like saying that we're not allowed to have these opinions and feelings. It's not sexist to have these opinions and feelings. Just like you have, as a man, these opinions and feelings about other men in the club, like, and about women. So when a woman goes in, your dynamic is that she can't handle being hit on by all these people. So, sorry.
I mean, it's not an equivalent, this preference, and also I listed out multiple other reasons as to why it's an issue for me, but I don't see that mapping on one-to-one.
I do.
In any case, you're saying there's a double standard that exists. I haven't yet heard an actual example of how the show or how Jim Bob is sexist. You can say we're mean, you can say we're jerks, you can say we're closed-minded.
Okay, then we'll go with closed-minded.
Okay, so
then.
you're walking back to
Sure.
sexist. Okay. All right. It's ridiculous, but and I just want you to know that I think you're sexist.
Okay.
So there you have it, folks.
Dude, I can't
There you have it.
hear
I need to
That's fine.
read these chats here.